Sports Mikey B, the talk of the town, ATL, ATL, oh yeah, Rajon Rondo. The movements to ATL have been used. The Hawks, Trae Young, and the boys getting some help, getting some veteran leadership. But what does it really mean when we take a step in and really look at it? Because after all the spunk is gone, it's kind of like, hitting a new city. You get all happy. You get, giddy. Man, this is amazing. I want to move here. You stay there 3 weeks and then you let the dust settle. And then you really know if you really like this city, because the first part of it is euphoria, and that's what's happening right now. Let's talk about the trades and the movements. Rajon Rondo joins this team. Solomon Hill joins this team. We also add on the rookies. A couple picks that I was scratching my head about. Onyeka Okongwu at the number, as a lottery pick. I was very skeptical of that. I didn't like that pick. Skylar Mays gets picked up. I love that second round pick. He's a steal, and one of the reasons why I think they'll be special. Deno Gallinari, old vet, comes back in, getting paid. He has the range, all-around player. Really like him. Stretches the floor. You can see what they're trying to do. And then the biggest signing for me this summer wasn't Rondo, wasn't Daniel Gallinari. The fact that they got Bogdanovic, the way they got him after I thought he was headed to the Bucks, do not understand how the Bucks couldn't get him. They mentioned some tampering. What a shame for the Bucks. This was a huge pickup for them. They lose Bogdan over to ATL, and man, what a pickup for them. Now let's just jump into it and kind of look at the roster, and that's kind of the current state of the Hawks, and what does it really mean adding these guys? Because from the immediate first look, you look at this and you say, this is not a championship team. And I wholeheartedly agree with you. In my opinion, if I were to be the Atlanta Hawks, okay, with the draft class that's coming up next year, I may even jump to that because I can. With the draft class that's coming up next year, let's just jump into it. Bogdan, he's either going to be the starting shooting guard or the backup. But I thought they had somebody similar to him who's actually a little bit more athletic from a jumping perspective, but handle-wise, Bogdan can create for himself. Let me go down and show you who he is. It's Kevin Huerter. Kevin Huerter was there. I mean, Atlanta had all the pieces, folks. Seriously, they really did, all right? All right, now next up. So I think Bogdan's either going to play from the bench or start, one of the two. Clint Capella comes in at center. Another head-scratcher for me. They had Alex Len. They had a couple. Dwayne Dedman. I'll give them an upgrade over those guys. However, I will mention Len did have some range. So Capella comes in. Will he be the starting center? And I'm gonna warn folks. James Harden makes a lot of people look good. All right, and not only that, the offense of Mike D'Antoni makes a lot of people look good. If your offense is stagnant and you're half court and you got Clint Capella, I don't know, bro. Do what you want to do. Don't know if it's an upgrade yet, depending on how the offense plays. Next up, a guy I love who has to be the starter, a guy that slept on. This is a second guy, the second best guy on this team, the second most important guy on this team is John Collins. Doubt him if you want. I know talent. People don't look at talent, but I know talent. John Collins is a guy. Tremendous power forward, athletic ability, is gaining a jump shot now. Scary. I look at him as MIP player of the year. John Collins, keep working. The real players, the real ballers know what you're doing. Mikey B, All For Sports. I'm one of those guys. John Collins, I think, is going to have a tremendous year. He's an important piece for the Atlanta Hawks. Do not trade him. Bruno Fernando, who I think is, in my opinion, just as athletic and capable as Clint Capella, why I scratch my head. Not sure why they even looked at Clint Capella with Bruno there. I think Bruno is going to lose minutes here, and it's a shame because he's an extreme talent as well. They had a 3-punch hit here, right? Bruno would have been fifth man, but a solid 10 and double-double guy almost most definitely next year or this year if he got the minutes. Bruno's there. I love him still. I just worry about his career. These are the moves that change the trajectory of a career. Jahlil Okafor experienced that. Next up is Danilo Gallinari, and not the fault of his own. It's the team and the team management. Yes, that plays a role. Danilo Gallinari comes in at the small forward slot. The vet, he's going to have to start. He's going to take minutes away from somebody. We're going to talk about him in a second. But Danilo was the first iteration of Luka Doncic, so you get him. Brandon Goodwin, a good defensive guard. That Skylar Mays upgrade, I think is going to be Goodwin's going to take some minutes. Skylar Mays is going to come in a big time scoring guard. Wait till we get to him. Solomon Hill, a solid vet, a guy that's a scorer, rebound, an all around player. I like him. I like Solomon Hill off the bench. I thought this was a very solid pickup. No one's really utilizing the way that he's supposed to be utilized. I believe he was with the Heat last year, and they didn't really utilize him. So I like Solomon Hill pickup. Kevin Huerter, his development. What happens there, right? What happens to Kevin? Is he still going to be a starter? He had a trajectory to becoming a great starter. You know, his shot's coming along. It's going to be, I think, his third year or fourth year now. So I'm excited for Kevin. Problem is, Bogdan came, so don't know what happens to him here. I would love to see him still start and Bogdan come off the bench, but you never know. They may say, Kevin, you're going to have to come off the bench, and he may have to, reacclimate himself to that role. DeAndre Hunter, their high draft pick in that weak draft, another weak draft like this year, they had to pick him up. He was the one available. Didn't like the pickup. I thought they could do a little bit better. However, they got DeAndre, defensive small forward. He comes in, that's what he'll be. He'll be a 3-and-D guy. Don't know if he starts or comes out the bench. Great pickup in Skylar Mays. He's going to be a surprise for a lot of teams. If Rondo will give him the minutes, I worry about Rondo's attitude on this team because he's going to come in and say, I'm the man. LeBron James' leadership skills and his balance is a little bit higher. He had a little bit higher panache than Rondo, so Rondo couldn't really inflict his will. But on this team, there's no one that can tell him anything, and I worry about that. So hopefully he becomes in as a father figure or big brother for this team and helps them out and doesn't get into the role of spitting on folks all the time. You know, he can get underneath the skin, is my understanding. And the reason why I say that is because it's throughout his career. If it was 2 or 3 teams, I'd say stop all this bird talk. But when you go through multiple teams and they continue with the same thing, there's an attitude problem. And then I saw him in the summer league game with his brother. They were arguing with somebody on the court. I said, I'm not sure if his attitude is going to work out. He is what he is. I'm also from an urban area. That's how we talk. It's just it doesn't facilitate well in this new era of basketball. These kids are come up from a different environment. Onyeka Onaku, again, I mentioned I didn't like the pickup, but he's there. So now you got Bruno Fernando, and you add on Killing Capella, and now you got Onyeka Okongwu. Don't get it, but I like depth. I do like depth, so I say, hey, keep him there at the power forward position. Your small forward position guard, the guy that's going to hurt a lot is Cam Reddish, okay? What happens to him? I guess they didn't see enough. I thought there could be I'm not saying he is Tracy McGrady. I'm saying a Tracy McGrady type trajectory. Remember when he was on the Toronto Raptors and didn't get that much burn and needed the burn, but had a couple spectacular plays? I saw enough from Cam to make me substantiate he may be able to do something in this league. However, now with this pickup of Bogdan and Kevin Huerter, who play similar roles, plus DeAndre Hunter, not sure where we go from here. In addition to, they added in Tony Snell. So now it's a question mark. How much does Cam get and how much is Cam worth? Can Cam sneak to a team that could actually utilize him as the third option, which I think with his demeanor is his best case scenario? If he gets Philly angry, okay, if he gets Pennsylvania angry, he could be something special. But he's not an angry kid. He doesn't have it. He's a little passive, introverted, kind of like me, and I get that. It's just that those extroverts, those Kobe Bryants, those big mouths, those are the guys that get the job done. He has a talent but doesn't have the attitude. That's my opinion. But Cam Reddish is still special and could be a third option. This kills him. Rajon Rondo comes in. He's going to want minutes. Unless ATL is his final landing spot. Interesting to see what happens there with Rajon. Not sure of Skylar Mays and Trae. However, great backup pickup. Great pickup. Remember they had T. They had T last year, who I thought was special. Could be a great backup to Trae. I thought could have been a two-headed monster there coming off the bench, but didn't work out. Wanted to get paid. I believe he moved on to New York. So Rondo's there, defensive guard, passing guard. They lose some shooting from Teague. In my opinion, at Rondo's age, not bad. Got him for cheap. He should help the team. Tony Snell, 3-point gunner. Again, they're looking to shoot your eyes out. They got him. and then Trae Young is added. So nice roster. However, this doesn't tell me even playoffs. Maybe a spot. Maybe it's not enough. Not the veteran leadership is at one. The one is Rajon Rondo. The rest of the guys really haven't been on winning organizations. At the end of the day, you could argue Tony Snell has been there once with Milwaukee, but other than that, folks, this is still a barely A-seeded team, and they added on more mountainous salaries to add on, which I don't think they need to add. I thought they were better off holding off for this next year's draft. I thought there was an opportunity to get Trae Young teamed up with Jalen Green, have where's my boy at? Mr. Cam Reddish at the 3, at the 4, John Collins, and Bruno Fernando at the 5. I thought this is Jalen Green's team, and it's an opportunity for them to draft him. Now, you can't really pinpoint the draft. It's a roll of the dice, no doubt about it. However, the draft next year, let's get there. This is a YouTube video, so I can do this real time. Let's go to NBADraft.net and really look at this next year's draft. It's pretty phenomenal, the amount of talent, and I'm already seeing it. You're already seeing the talent level is much higher than this year just by the college games. Tremendous. Brandon Boston. I mean, it's going to be a long year for decision makers. All right. They're going to say, man, why did we even pick this year? We should have traded all of our picks. Yeah, even higher than Anthony Edwards and all those guys. Mock draft. Look at this here. All right. They already got Jalen Suggs up there. Got Jalen Green, Cade Cunningham. I love Jonathan Kuminga. If you're from Jersey, I'm going to shout you out big time. Kuminga to me is special. Definitely looking like a Kawhi Leonard replica. Evan Mobley, Jalen Johnson, BJ Boston, Lord God. You got Terrence Claus they think is going to come out, look good for Kentucky. I mean, come on. The next year's draft is sick. Why would you add on salary when you could get this amount of talent? Now, they could still go get it off some trades, but my Lord, what an opportunity next year. I think through about 25, you got a lot of talent, right? You got a lot of talent. So it's quite saddening that they did this to their team with these salaries, but I guess they wanted to feel a winning situation. I just don't like it. The Hawks this year barely make the playoffs in the weak East. They should make it, but they're barely make it. They need a couple more pieces. I'm talking star pieces. If they want to win now, they need a third option that's ready. And they don't have that. They don't have a third option that's ready. Now, you could argue with me because I love him. Danilo Gallinari, if he can reshape and get back 4 years. Way he played 4 years ago, no doubt he's a third option. No doubt about it. Former All-Star, in my opinion. Okay? No doubt about it. But can he go back? Can he push back the hands of time at his age with his injuries? Not sure if that's feasible. We shall see. The Hawks making some moves, trying to make some things happen. I like these guys, but I just like them off the bench with a lower salary point. All for sports, I'm going to sign off. The state of the Hawks, playoffs, HC. I'm out. Peace.